I just finished the manuscript for a book I've been working on. When I started on it, I gave it the title, My Penis Monologue. But I realized that a lot of people don't know what a monologue is. So I decided to change the title. The new title of the book is Adventures of a 74-Year-Old Prick. And now we're going to go on the adventure tonight. I'm going to have to refer to this because it's my book. You've heard the expression, use it or lose it. Okay? No one ever tells you what happens when you use it too much. So if I'm going to tell you young guys here, at my age, I'm 74, and I'm telling you not to worry, because if you use it too much, this is what happens. At 74, I still date younger women. But now they're in their 40s and 50s and are battle-born veterans of failed marriages. A few of them have already buried 2 husbands. I met one at a singles club who told me I looked like her 3rd husband. She had a few drinks and then she admitted it was just wishful thinking. She'd only been married twice. The clock is ticking and there is no time for the frivolity of casual conversation. Now when I go out, a date will ask me, do you like to live in a private house or in an apartment? I say a private house is okay with me. And then I'll ask her, does she like to go out on weekends or stay at home? She'll play it cute and say, whatever you want to do is fine. Does that sound familiar? The clock is ticking, so she cuts right to the chase. She asks me, do you like great home cooking or great fucking? I say, there's always takeout. At my age, the hearing is almost gone. So I don't hear that little voice in my head screaming, schmuck, you'll never learn! With the formalities out of the way, it's time to find out if we're sexually compatible. That's the word. Off for a romantic interlude, and to find out if my love muscle is still rock solid. Trying not to lie with a straight face. There's kissing and hugging and humping and pumping, and then we lie there exhausted. I ask her how long it's been since she was laid, because she was as tight as a cover on a jar of Mott's applesauce. She says, if I knew you could still get it up, I would have taken off my pantyhose. I said, that's funny. On our next date, I reminisced about our last joyride. And I asked her what she would do if I had a heart attack during sex. Did she know CPR? She says, of course, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, right? I say, no. If you really want to get my heart started, CPR means caress my prick rapidly. If that doesn't do it, please, leave quietly. So much pussy, so little time. A business associate fixes me up with a blind date. Great body, great looks, but definitely not playing with a full deck. We go out to dinner, and afterwards she invites me up to her place. The conversation eventually gets around to sex, and she tells me that she has very strong religious values, doesn't believe in sleeping with a man on the first date. I say, I agree, I'm a romantic and patient man. I tell her I respect her beliefs, and when the magic moment arrives to have sex, the decision will be entirely hers. So we begin to cuddle, but just to be on the safe side, I say, listen, if you want to have sex tonight, pull my prick once. If you don't want to have sex, pull it 50 times. I come either way. I had a date with a lovely gal. She was a very active environmentalist. Never stopped telling me how important it was to conserve oil. On our first roll in the hay, she comes to bed with a bar of margarine. Talk about unfulfilled expectations. Hey, it's going to happen to you. Don't worry about it. On our next date, I brought along a bagel. If you're thinking I'm a lecherous sex maniac, you're right. What else do I have to do but get laid in a coffin? Of course, with women outnumbering men later in life, I screwed more than my share. I began to get migraine headaches, so being on Medicare, I go to the doctor. I explain my situation, and he tells me he had the very same condition. He was cured after he gave his wife oral sex. She had an orgasm. Her thighs tightened up around his head and relieved the pressure on his brain. Well, I went back to him 2 weeks later and I said, Doc, I did just what you said and my migraines disappeared. He was so very pleased. I didn't know how to thank the man. So when I was leaving, I said, by the way, Doc, you have a very lovely home. Think about it. Last week I took a retired teacher to the movies. She was a professor of English and couldn't stop correcting my grammar. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. These, them, those, whatever. I went up to the box office and I asked for 2 tickets for colorectal damage. My date says, you mean collateral damage. I said, oh, my mistake. I thought it was a movie about a proctologist with Parkinson's. Hey, getting old is really not bad when you count the advantages. At my age, I only wear rubbers when it's raining. The medical laboratory offered me $50 for a sample of my semen. I went down to the clinic. I met a gal there who was there to give blood. She tells me they're giving her $25 for a pint. I say, bragging, I'm getting $50 for a sample of my semen. I go back a month later and the gal is sitting in the room reading a magazine. I ask her if she's there to donate blood again. She looks up at me and shakes her head. I wait for her after a visit and I give her my card. I said, hey, do me a favor. Next time you need a donation, give me a call. I want to leave you with a saying from a Spanish philosopher. 1 second. And that saying is,
Forgot.
no, I didn't forget it. Health and wealth and time to enjoy them. And in Spanish, salud y dinero y un chica linda con tetas bonitas pesar. Buenas knockers.
Come on, put your hands together for